Hello everyone. So we are back in daily cybersecurity news, and today is Monday, 18th of March. So we got four news to cover today, as you can see on the screen. The first one is Singapore public sector reports yet another security lapse. Second one, Lenovo patches Intel firmware flaws in multiple product lines. Third one, round 4 for hacker returns and puts 26 million user records for sale on dark web. And the fourth, Dutch hacker who DDoSed the BBC and Yahoo News gets no jail time. Okay, so moving with the first news, Singapore public sector reports yet another security lapse. So this is the news we got from ZDNet, and if you remember, Singapore got a big security hack. Actually, 1.5 million Sing Health patients lost that information. So this is continuing the problem for Singapore now, and the latest one in the series is for the one which we are covering. So again, healthcare patients affected in this one, and this one is specifically for 808,201, so almost 800,000 blood donors was left vulnerable after a third-party vendor failed to securely protect a server containing the data. So this database, which was exposed, contained registration related information such as donor's name and national identification number, and in some instances blood type and weight. And the blame goes to the external contractor Secure Solutions Group, SECUR, as the group was provided with the data for updating and testing purpose. And this secure group stored the information in a web connected server on Jan 4th in 2019 this year, according to the HSA, which is a Health Sciences Authority in Singapore. And later on, HSA was informed about this security hole on March 13th. Singapore government agency said in a statement on Friday that cybersecurity expert had uncovered the vulnerability and alerted the Personal Data Protection Commission, PDPC. They also said that one of Secure's servers had contained the database but was not adequately safeguarded against access over the internet, and the vendor had failed to implement adequate measures to prevent unauthorized access. A police report was made and the access to the database was disabled. The CEO for HSA, Mimi Chong, apologized for the security lapse and said that the agency was stepping up checks and monitoring its vendors. This incident follows a series of data security breaches, as we know, in last few months. The first one, the big one, was 1.5 million Sing Health patients information leaked, and the second one was 14,200 individuals HIV information leaked, and then this is the third one with 800,000 blood donors information leaked. Okay, moving on to the second big news for the day. Lenovo patches Intel firmware flaws in multiple product lines. So for this one, we're going to ThreadPost website, and that's the news on the screen. You can read the news in detail. I'm going to give a quick summary on what happened here. So Lenovo patched several high severity vulnerabilities tied to Intel flaws that could enable escalation of privileges, information disclosure, or even denial of service. Overall, the device maker patched flaws tied to 16 high severity CVEs on Thursday. Which includes 5 related to Intel firmware vulnerabilities, as well as 11 flaws stemming from vulnerabilities in Intel Converged Security Management Engine, Intel Server Platform Services, Intel Trusted Execution Engine, and Intel Active Management Technology. If you remember, we covered this news earlier from Intel, where actually the patches come 2 days after Intel releases its own security update, warning 19 vulnerabilities across its popular graphics driver for Windows 10, as well as larger sets of fixes across other Intel products, including its Matrix Storage Manager, Active Management Technology, and Accelerated Storage Manager. So it's tied to the Intel severities or vulnerabilities exposed earlier by the big chip maker. So these CVEs tied to Intel firmware impact Lenovo desktops, IdeaPads, storage, ThinkPad, Think server, think stations, and think systems as per Lenovo. Okay, moving forward with our third news for the day. Round 4 hacker returns and puts 26 million user records for sale on the dark web. So this one is again from ZDNet, and this is how the news goes. So a hacker who has previously put up for sale over 840 million user records in the past month has returned with the fourth round of hacked data that he is selling on the dark web marketplace. And this time the hacker has put up for sale the data of 6 companies totaling 26.42 million user records, for which he's asking 1.24 Bitcoin, which is 4,940 US dollars as per current rate. The hacker's name is Gnostic Players. Since February 11th, the hacker has put up for sale data of 32 companies in 3 rounds. And actually, if you're interested to go back into different rounds, you can see on my screen round 1, round 2, and round 3 information is also available on the ZDNet website. Then further, you can see the name of the companies who are exposed, or whose data is exposed. And these 6 companies are the dev platform Game Salad, the second one Brazilian bookstore eState Virtual, third one online task manager and scheduling apps Kobik and Livebear, fourth one Indonesian e-commerce giant Bukalapak, fifth one Indonesian student career site Youth Manel. I think I missed one in the list, but it's on my screen, so you can take a look at the screen. That's better. The table also says how much DB size, the breach date, and the content, what content is exposed, email, passwords, or username information. You can see this screenshot also with the money, Bitcoins. So the hacker said that he put up the data for sale mainly because these companies had failed to protect the passwords with strong encryption algorithms like bcrypt. Most of the hashed passwords the hacker put up for sale today can be cracked with various levels of difficulty, but of course they can be cracked. So the hacker also revealed that not all data he obtained from hacker companies had been put up for sale. Some companies gave into extortion demands and paid fees, so breaches would remain private. Okay, so moving on to the final news for the day. Dutch hacker who DDoSed BBC and Yahoo News gets no jail time. Okay, and this news on my screen from ZDNet again shows that a Dutch hacker who launched the DDoS attacks against the high-profile sites like the BBC and Yahoo News, and also attempted to extort many other companies, received no jail time. I love Dutch. It's so nice to a hacker. Okay, so this hacker but did receive 120 hours of community support and 377 days of juvenile detention. So he didn't get any prison time as part of his sentence, was considered time spent, and was set free on a 360-day conditional release pursuant he not break any other laws. That's good. Maybe in Europe the laws are pretty easy compared to US or Middle East or China, where China is extremely serious about hacking government, although they hack other governments and outsiders. But that's not the story. So according to heavily redacted code documents obtained by the news agency, the hacker managed a DDoS botnet that he built using the Mirai IoT malware. One day we have to explain to you what is Mirai. It's pretty famous malware. If you don't know about it, maybe soon. So the size of the botnets range from 2,697 bots to 10,000 bots. Some of the websites that suffered from the hacker, who is named S here in the article, because they don't want to expose his name. Okay, so the websites that suffered from because of these hacks are BBC, Yahoo News, e-commerce giant Zalando, and several Bitcoin exchanges and gambling sites. Authorities say that in some cases he also contacted companies asking for Bitcoin ransom to stop their attacks. And in one such example, the cryptocurrency exchange Moneypot published one of hackers' ransom notes, and and investigators claim that he made roughly 150,000 in Bitcoin from his attacks and ransom demands. Um, so he told the judge that he started his DDoS spree because his parents couldn't give him money due to their financial situation, and after learning that the creator of the Mirai IoT malware, made 100,000 from a similar scheme, he began using the botnet soon after its source code was released online. Maybe people should not go onto the black hat side and try to become white hat hackers, where companies can hire them if they have good knowledge, and pay them good money, or maybe find the bugs in some softwares in one of the open challenges to make some money instead of doing DDoS, because actually there are a lot of tools to do these kind of hacks and attacks, but if you get caught, you kind of screw your career. Okay, so that's all for today's news. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Please do subscribe to my channel if you have not done that. It's very important. I am putting a lot of efforts to give you news every day, so I need some support so that I can continue this work. Okay, anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.